Guys, hello, welcome in another part of Avenger suggestions. This time I would like to talk about 6 new suggestions on how to make Avenger even better synthesizer. So without further ado, let's get into it. So to start off, I would like to talk about Avenger's FFT module, which is really cool. But I think it's missing phase part. So if you didn't know, for now, this FFT module lets you to change the level of individual harmonics inside the waveform. So if we draw something like this, as you can see, the level of different harmonics is changed now. And it is great with all of these filters, slope, and especially this thing, this V strength and V speed, which kind of modifies with random LFO kind of. This is really cool, but I would love to see the second part where we could modulate the same way the phase of each harmonic. So we would have like separate FFT module for harmonics level and the second one for phase of harmonics. And of course, I would like to see this phase module with the same modulation options, just like this module that we already have. Especially, I would like to have this V strength and V speed for phase FFT, and this end sweep would be a killer feature. Moving on to the second suggestion, I would like to talk about LFO, or maybe LFOs. So I'm pretty sure you are aware how Avenger's LFO works. I especially mean here the synchronization types. So you got 4 types of synchronization with tempo in Avengers LFO. The default one is normal. You can also set it to triplet or dotted, or you can turn off any tempo synchronization, which lets you to modulate it like in hertz, right? It's free mode. And of course it's fine, but look at this plugin. Look, here we got this LFO. I mean, it's not LFO, but let's say that it is LFO's speed knob. So here we got buttons for choosing different synchronization types, just like in Avenger, but we can engage few synchronization types at the same time. So we can have like free mode, just like in Avenger. When we engage sync, it will give us only these normal tempo synchronization values, but while the normal synchronization is on, we can still engage triplet values. So when I boost this knob or turn it right, maybe that's more accurate. As you can see, it's not only showing us the normal values, but also triplets. As you can see here, we got half beat, and next we got 1/3 of the beat, and then when we go more to the right, we go back to the normal synchronization and we got a 1/4 beat. And then we again got a triplet, and then we again got the sync, the normal sync, sorry. And that's even more crazy when we engage dotted. Then we also get dotted values in between normal synchronization and triplet synchronization. So I think it would be really cool if you guys could implement this kind of feature. Now let's discuss a little bug that I found, and it's about chorus. So here I got a simple super saw made with chorus. Let's give it a listen. Now when I save this ridiculously simple preset, let's save it as bug 2. Let's give it a listen again. And now when I reload this preset, it sounds different, right? It's like more narrow, and with more complicated presets, the change is even more drastic. And now there's simple solution to fix this. When I tweak the mix knob, it sounds like before saving and reloading the preset, but this should be fixed, right? I mean, you don't want the user to tweak every instance of the chorus inside the loaded preset just to fix its sound, right? So I think you guys should fix this bug. This next suggestion is all about simplifying the process of drawing mod envelopes. And not only mod envelopes, but also different types of drawable modulators, or for example Waveshaper. There's also a curve that you can draw. So this suggestion is all about moving the points inside the drawable curves. So as you may know, these points stick only to the vertical lines. I think it would be cool if it worked also for the horizontal lines, but there's more to it. Let me show you how this thing works inside Citrus. So we got this drawable envelope, and as you can see for now, these points are not sticking to any lines, but when we engage this little button, which is called snap to grid, points suddenly start to stick to the grid. Press Alt and then point suddenly is free to drag again. And when we click a control button and drag the point, as you can see, the point is only going up and down. We cannot drag it left or right. So when I release the control key and hold down the shift button, now the point is going only left to right. I'm holding down control right now. That's why the point is only going up and down, but as you can see, the point is sticking to grid. But when I add an alt button to the control button, which I'm still holding, it suddenly goes only up and down, but it doesn't jump from one grid to another. It is going smooth, right? So now when we disengage this snap to grid button, we got this free to drag point by default, but we can make the point stick to grid by holding Alt. So it is really practical because we don't need to engage this snap to grid button every time we want to make the point snap to the grid. And of course, control button works the same, shift button works the same. So in this section, I would like to talk about again mode envelopes. And this time, what I would like to suggest is if you guys could add a something like mode envelope preview for different mode envelope. It's kind of hard to explain, but all I mean by that is if we could see the shape of other mode envelopes when we select different mode envelopes. So when I got mode envelope number 1 selected right now, I would like to see the previously selected mode envelope. So now I got mode envelope 1 selected, and when I switch to mode envelope number 2, I would like to see the shape of mode envelope 1, like in the background, like grayed out or maybe a bit darker, so it won't be confusing which one we are editing right now. But yeah, that would be really helpful, especially for drum synthesis, where you very often need to have a few LFO shapes that look kind of the same, but sometimes you need to edit one of these, and it's simply easier when you can see different mode envelope shapes. You could let the user to choose which one mode envelope the user would like to see in the background, or simply you could make it to display the previously edited mode envelope, right? So now when I got mode envelope number 2, I'm going to the mode env number 1. Previously edited mode envelope is mode envelope number 2 because I just switched from this to the number 1, and mode envelope number 2 should be displayed in the background. And also, besides this mode envelope shape preview, it would be nice if user could see the Avenger output plotted in this window, just like on the oscilloscope. So when I play this preset, as you can see, we got waveform in this oscillator, right? And we can change how long this window should be. It can show the whole like waveform with the micro dynamics, or these single waveforms. So I think this would be really cool if user could turn on this kind of oscilloscope in the background of mode envelope window. I'm not saying that it should be like always turned on, but just give an option to the user so he can decide when to show this waveform and when he want to keep the things as they are right now. And the last thing that I would like to talk in this part of Avenger suggestions is built-in Waveshaper. And my opinion on this effect is it works in a really weird way. Let me show you. So I got a simple sine wave here. And let's say I want to clip it, like just hard clip. I can draw this kind of curve. Let's see how the waveform is being shaped by this, because the Waveshaper purpose is basically to shape the waveform, right? So now we should get the perfectly hard clipped sine wave. Let's see. Let's normalize it to better see the shape. It's not even close to the hard clip shape. It's more like a triangle. Now let's try different Waveshaper, and let's use Fruity Waveshaper on the same Avenger sine wave. So let's engage this Waveshaper, and as you can see, we got pretty much the same shape as in Avenger Waveshaper. So let's hear how this one sounds and how the waveform looks. Let's normalize it, and here we go. We got a perfectly hard clipped waveform, and let's compare it with the waveform that we get from the Avenger Waveshaper, and you can suddenly see the difference. Look how spiky it is, and look how squarey it is. This one is from the Avenger and this one is Fruity Waveshaper. And you guys can say that, oh, it's only the shape, you should follow your ears and do everything by ear. Yeah, sure, but what's the point of this Waveshaper then if it doesn't work the way it should? I mean, any other Waveshaper that I've used in my life give the input sound the shape that you draw in the Waveshaper curve window. And this one built in to the Avenger simply doesn't do that. And what's even weirder is that this built-in Waveshaper works different for different pitches. So let me play you a lower note, now higher, and now even higher. And as you can see, for different pitches, we got different output levels and different shapes. So for me, that is really, really weird, and I have no idea why this happens, why this Waveshaper behaves this way, but I don't like it. And if you ask me, I would prefer to have this kind of Waveshaper that does what it's supposed to do, which means it should shape the waveform the way user wants to. I hope you guys ain't gonna be mad at me for this little rant. I just want Avenger to be better synth and not to roast you. Just giving my thoughts here. So I hope you will tell me what you think about this. I think we can finish this part of Avenger suggestions here. Maybe I will record another part in the future, but for now I think these two parts are covering all of my ideas about how to improve Avenger. So yeah, thank you for watching and see you in the future. Bye.